In the shadows of Mount Bashenga, beneath the protective veil of an advanced holographic shield, lies Wakanda, a nation whose technological marvels remain hidden from the world. This is the story of T'Challa, heir to the throne, and his harrowing journey to become not just a king, but the legendary Black Panther. T'Challa's path to the throne was never destined to be smooth. As the son of King T'Chaka, he was raised knowing he would one day inherit both crown and mantle, the dual responsibilities of leading a nation and embodying its spiritual protector. What he couldn't have anticipated was how tragedy would accelerate his ascension. During a diplomatic mission to the United Nations in Vienna, King T'Chaka's life was violently cut short in a bombing. The attack, later revealed to be orchestrated by Helmut Zemo, wasn't just an assassination. It was the first domino in a carefully orchestrated plan to fracture the Avengers from within. But for T'Challa, watching his father die before his eyes, it was the catalyst that thrust him into his destiny sooner than anyone had planned. "Vengeance has consumed you," his father's spirit would later warn him. "It's consuming them." The newly crowned king found himself at a crossroads that few monarchs ever face, balancing the weight of ancient tradition against his burning desire for retribution. T'Challa pursued his father's alleged killer with a ferocity that rivaled any of DC's Dark Knight's investigations, tracking the Winter Soldier across international borders with technology that would make Batman's arsenal seem primitive. What separates T'Challa's journey from other superhero origin stories is the ritualistic nature of his ascension. Unlike the radioactive accidents or laboratory experiments that created many Marvel legends, the Black Panther mantle is earned through combat and spiritual connection. T'Challa had to defeat 6 challengers from Wakanda's tribes in ritual combat at Warrior Falls, a breathtaking cascade where kings are made and broken. The most formidable challenge came from M'Baku, leader of the isolated Jabari tribe. Their battle wasn't just physical, it represented competing visions for Wakanda's future. M'Baku fought to return Wakanda to traditional ways, rejecting the technological advancements that vibranium had brought. T'Challa fought to preserve the delicate balance between innovation and tradition that had protected Wakanda for generations. With victory claimed, T'Challa underwent the sacred ritual, buried in red sand, communing with ancestors in the ancestral plane, and consuming the heart-shaped herb that grants superhuman abilities. This mystical connection rivals the most enigmatic elements of DC's magic users, yet remains grounded in African spirituality rather than Western occultism. But the true test of T'Challa's worthiness came not from external challengers, but from within his own bloodline. The arrival of Eric Killmonger, his cousin and the son of Njobu, T'Chaka's brother, forced T'Challa to confront Wakanda's greatest secret, his father's lethal decision to preserve Wakanda in isolation at the cost of his own brother's life. Killmonger's challenge exposed the dark underbelly of Wakanda's isolationist policies, and T'Challa's temporary defeat at his hands represented more than physical failure. It was the collapse of an ideological foundation that had supported Wakanda for centuries. T'Challa's resurrection and reclamation of the throne wasn't just about defeating Killmonger in combat. It represented his evolution into a new kind of king, one who understood that true strength comes not from isolation, but from sharing resources and knowledge with the world. In becoming king, T'Challa didn't just inherit a throne. He redefined what the Black Panther represents, transforming from vengeful prince to visionary leader, ready to guide Wakanda into a new era of global engagement that would forever alter the Marvel Universe's geopolitical landscape. Here's a powerful conclusion about Black Panther's legacy. T'Challa's greatest achievement wasn't the technological wonders he shared with the world, but the vision of a Wakanda that could protect its heritage while embracing change. Through sacrifice and wisdom, he transformed the Black Panther mantle from merely a warrior's title to a symbol of compassionate leadership. His legacy lives on not in vibranium or weapons, but in the hearts of Wakandans who learned that true strength comes from opening borders rather than fortifying them.